Howdy howdy, my name is John, and this video is the over 30 book tag. No one tagged me, but I figured, hey, I'm over 30. I'm grown up now. I can do whatever I want. The original tag creator is Ink Not Blood, and I'll link her video below in the comments. You really should check out her video. She did a great job. That video is a lot of fun. Before I get to the questions, I wanted to highlight a few of the books in my collection that are over 30 years old now. And mind you, I've personally owned these for more than 30 years. Just as a point of reference, 30 years ago, I'm filming this at the end of July in 2020. 30 years ago, I was getting ready to start the 12th grade. First, I've got this copy of the dictionary. You can tell this dictionary is well worn. My English teacher made me buy this in 7th grade because I was in an English class and she wanted all of the students in the English class to be using the same dictionary. So I still have mine and I still use it quite a bit, although I use this one a little bit more now just so this guy doesn't get as much wear. Next is my copy of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Book 1 in the Chronicles of Narnia. Look at the list price on this, $1.95. Next is The War Between the Splendid Kids and the Pitiful Teachers. I mean, come on. How much more perfect can a book title be? Every elementary school kid that I knew wanted to buy this book, including me. My parents really didn't let me watch a whole lot of movies when I was a kid growing up. They didn't mind me reading books about movies. So here are two of my favorites, Space Camp and The Karate Kid. Partly because I wanted to copy a book that Ink Not Blood had in her video, I wanted to include my copy of Alas, Babylon. This is set in a world where the United States has been devastated by nuclear attacks, and it describes the lives of several people in Florida as they adjust. The last of my over 30 books I wanted to highlight was A Day No Pigs Would Die. This is the first book I remember reading as a class assignment. I read this book when I was in the 6th grade. Alright, now to the questions. The first question is, name a book that features a protagonist that's 30 years or older. I'm actually going to mention two books. The first book is Speaker for the Dead. This features Andrew Wiggin. This is the sequel to Ender's Game. It's a much different book than Ender's Game. In Ender's Game, Andrew's a teenager and actually a little bit younger at the beginning. In this book, he's around 35. The next book I wanted to mention is Stuart Redman from The Stand. Question number 2. Name a book that represents you when you were younger. I'm going to call out the 3 Investigator series, and specifically the character of Bob Andrews. Bob is the one wearing glasses. Of course, I've always worn glasses. I don't wear them while I'm filming because of the glare. But Bob's not, Jupiter is the incredibly smart one who is, solving all the mysteries. Pete was the athletic one. Well, I'm not as smart as Jupiter, and I'm not athletic, but Bob was always there, and he was always helpful. And, of course, he was the one that did the records and research, and it's kind of right up my alley. Question number 4. Name a book that represents you in your life where you're at right now. For this, I'm going to pick the Zant series, specifically The Good Magician Humphrey. I mean, I'm an old guy who wants to spend all day with his nose stuck in a book and is so wary of visitors that he makes everybody who asks him a question go through 3 challenges and then serve a year's service. Now, obviously, I don't make people do 3 challenges, and I don't make them serve a year service, but I'd like to. Question number 4. Name a book that represents something that has never changed about you. Hi, my name is John, and I'm a nerd. And when I was a kid, I used to read the encyclopedia for fun. I'm a grown-up now, and I still read the encyclopedia for fun. Now, granted, I tend to read Wikipedia more than I do my physical hardcovers of the encyclopedia. But as you can see, my encyclopedias are on this row, this shelf, and the shelf below it. My mom used to love to tell a story that once, when she tried to punish me by taking away television, I told her, "Fine, I'll go read the encyclopedia." Question number 5. Name one of your favorite classics. Now, I don't know what the definition of a classic is, but it says it right here on this book. See, it says classic right there. So I'm picking Isaac Asimov's Foundation trilogy. I read this first when I was in college and I really enjoyed it. I really need to reread it again. Question number 6. Name a book you like or would like to read that was published in the year you were born. I'm going to pick 3 books for this. 2 I've already read and 1 I would like to read. So, in honor of someone else who was born in 1973, and these picks are Legend, wait for it, and I hope you're not lactose intolerant because it's dairy, Legendary. That's right, Neil Patrick Harris was also born in 1973. One book published in 1973 is The Princess Bride. That's right, The Princess Bride. Another book that I really enjoyed when I was a kid that was published in 1973 is How to Eat Fried Worms. This is a story about a boy who takes a dare that he will eat a worm every day for 30 days. And it tells of his adventures trying to keep that fat and the many ways that you can eat a worm, including fried. And then a book that I would like to read is the sequel to A Wrinkle in Time. I read A Wrinkle in Time when I was a kid, but I never read any of the books after that series, and I would actually like to read the entire series. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're over 30, you have my permission to film this tag. Not that you needed it, but go do it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.